Okay, time to feed the dragon.
Mealtime is always a little tricky.
Our Komodo eats twice a week, and it's always very dangerous. They have razor-sharp teeth, basically a mouthful of steak knives, and you always want to avoid that.
Jennifer uses a target training stick to get the Komodo to focus on the target and the reward and not bite the human. But it's not just the teeth. The Komodos have an even scarier weapon, a filthy mouth. Decaying meat caught in their serrated teeth creates a breeding ground for deadly bacteria and helps them take down their prey. But just how bad is that saliva? At the zoo's pathology lab, lead vet technician Diana Liddick is investigating exactly what makes the Komodo's spit so dangerous.
Compared to humans, Komodos have pretty bad bacteria in their mouth. Studies have shown there's over 29 different species of bacteria found in wild Komodos. What we have right here is some of the bacteria from the Komodo saliva that we incubated for 24 hours. We found E. coli, Pseudomonas, and Proteus. The image that you're looking at here is Proteus mirabilis, one that we found in the dragon's mouth. If a person was to be bitten by a Komodo dragon, this one would actually cause septicemia or a severe infection within the bloodstream, and it can be deadly.
Once the Komodos bite their victim, the bacteria festers in the wound. They also use venom to keep the blood flowing and the infection circulating. All the Komodo has to do is follow its prey and wait for it to die. Because if the bite doesn't kill you, the bacteria will. It's a nasty way to go. Another victim, another meal. This time by the side of the road. Zach Lemon isn't looking for hitchhikers. He's out here to find something else. Maggots.
This is what I came for.
These wriggling beauties are the feeding stage of a blowfly. As an entomologist at the Audubon Insectarium in New Orleans, Zach is always collecting specimens for display. He's looking for good places to find maggots. Sometimes you have to dive right in.
I'm not going to go after anything in here without these. Well, it's dog food. Aha. This is about as gross as it gets. I don't like Brussels sprouts, but this is worse.
From dumpsters to cemeteries, wherever you find dead flesh, you find maggots.
There's usually more when you peel back the skin. I can see what looks like 50, 75 maggots, so who knows what's inside.
A single female blowfly lays up to 300 eggs at a time. That egg becomes a maggot, the first stage in a blowfly's life. Like a caterpillar that becomes a butterfly, a really disgusting one. Thousands of maggots have been found on meat after just 24 hours. Maggots are incredible eating machines. They come armed with mouth hooks to shred the flesh from the corpse. They excrete bacteria to speed up the decomposition of the carcass. They can literally breathe out of their backside, which means they never have to stop eating. When the maggots really get going, there will be so many working so hard, they can actually raise the temperature of a corpse by nearly 50 degrees. They attack through the body's openings, the ears, the mouth.
Yeah, the nasal cavity. That's a good wet spot. Knew they'd be there. Okay, time for this. Look at that. They'll spend about a week to 10 days as maggots. They hatch pretty quickly, they eat and grow very quickly, and then they'll leave this rotting carcass in order to form a pupa. There are a lot of advantages to scavenging off of dead stuff, especially dead stuff that's rancid. There are germs in here that a lot of animals just can't eat.
Feeding on carcasses, you don't have a lot of competition. It's a good strategy for survival.
This may be disgusting to smell, yucky to look at, but think about how bad the planet would be if every time something died, maggots didn't come along to help us out. They're really great at cleaning up.
Many people would rather avoid slimy creatures from the depths of the ocean, but for some folks, it's their job. Like Eddie Kisfaluti. He's been collecting specimens for the Scripps Oceanographic Institute for the past 10 years. Today, he's got a date with one of the most repulsive creatures in the 7 seas, the one they call the slime eel, the hagfish.
Holy cow! Look at this! Oh my goodness! Wow! Oh, there are a lot of hagfish in here. This is absolutely the grossest thing I ever have to do here at work. I mean, look at this stuff. That is just freaking foul. Ugh. That is a lot of hagfish right there.
Scientists are fascinated by these creatures. That's why Eddie collects them for Scripps.
This animal was around way before the dinosaurs, and whatever they're doing it right because they're still here.
Hagfish are actually among the oldest creatures on Earth. They can't see. They have no jaws or venom. So how did they survive so long? They owe it all to slime.
The second you grab them, they just scream right out of your hands. So we have to kind of use tools to transfer them from the trap into a container. Okay. Look at how many times you've done this. It creeps me out every time. A couple stuck back there. They can't even get out of their own slime. Look at that. We're going to give it a bit of a hand here. Reach way in here. This is the bait. It looked like a perfect mackerel just 12 hours ago. The hagfish go into it, eat it from the inside out, and it turns into that. And I can't hold it anymore. That's just foul.
Foul as they may be, hagfish intrigue researchers because they're among the only species that can regulate their oxygen intake, sending oxygen to specific parts of the body. Another reason scientists at Scripps want to study them.
Hagfish are amazing animals. They're fish, but they don't have any scales, doesn't have any fins even. They're more like an eel. They have this cartilaginous type skeleton, and it's not a hard bony structure like something you and I have in our bodies. It's incredible how long these animals can go without feeding. Maybe 6 months or even longer. They're spending most of their time just waiting for that seal or dolphin to land next to them so that they can sniff them out and start chomping away at them. All right, feeding time. Looks like just the thing that a hagfish would like to bury its little rasping teeth into. Let's go put it in the tank. All right, hagfish, come and get it.
Hagfish may have no mouth nor teeth, but they can take a dead fish apart in hours. They'll even enter the rotting carcass to have better access to the soft meat under the skin. They scrape away at the flesh with tiny raspers, almost like a file. But what makes the hagfish really fascinating and really repulsive is clearly the slime.
We've set up a little baby pool here to demonstrate completely non-scientifically just how slimy these hagfish can get. It's freezing cold. So just by disturbing the hagfish a little bit like this, I'm not really squeezing, I'm just kind of putting my hands down on top of them, and any little disturbance gets these guys going. This is so weird. But there you go. Just by touching them, moving them so slightly, they've created this amount of slime right there. Along the side of its body, it's got these slime glands, these white glands right here. It squirts out this protein, mixes with the seawater, and then creates this big slimy mess. It's a defense mechanism. If a predator comes in, it grabs the hagfish like this, and it's trying to eat it. The hagfish swims out of the predator's mouth. The predator's left with this big, gnarly, snotty mess in its mouth.
That snotty mess can actually suffocate the attacker. The fish dies choking on slime.
to you and I, this is absolutely repulsive. But for the hagfish, this is the defense mechanism which has kept them alive for 500 million years. Hopefully they'll be doing it for millions of years more.